Introduce yourself to the audience, good sir.
My name?
Yeah, what do you do for a living? What's up with you?
I'm Zach. I'm a retired firefighter.
Nice.
And I work in water filtration now.
Water filtration?
Yeah.
How did you get in water filtration? And what exactly does that entail?
Family business.
Family business?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I was in firefighting and was on the west side and was commuting a lot and needed something that was a little easier to live over here. So my dad's worked in water filtration for a while, so I got into that. And I'm in nursing school, finishing that.
Bitchin'.
Yeah.
Nursing, but why nursing? Why aren't you a firefighter anymore? I'm really curious, actually.
Well, I was a firefighter paramedic, and I really enjoyed the medicine side of stuff. And so nursing, I worked at Life Flight as a flight paramedic for a while. And we worked paramedic and nurse, so nursing is a lot higher pay, more responsibilities. So for me, it was thought process. I loved being a flight medic, so I wanted to go get my nursing so that I could have a more fulfilling career.
Why is it fulfilling though?
Because I love to serve. I love to help people in need. That lights me up. So I
like to serve and help people in need.
Yeah.
What do you get out of it though?
A lot of fulfillment. Getting onto a scene of a car wreck with, getting onto a scene of someone at their house having a heart attack and being able to make a difference in someone's life is a really
That's incredible.
fulfilling thing.
Did you ever use the jaws of life? Have you ever used that?
Of course.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
That
awesome.
is bitchin'. Yeah. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for your reading, bro?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
All right. What's your name one more time?
Zach.
All right, Zach. Zach the firefighter. Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. No. Where's my thing? Are you gonna listen to me now? Whatever. It's not working. I don't care. All right. So, Mr. Zach here. Mr. Zach is you're a man of endurance. All about the strength, being able to endure, be the last man standing no matter what. Because this guy is Mr. Man for the job. Any role he could take on at any given time. Loves him some role play in the bedroom, especially since he likes to be the source of the role play. Absolutely. Constantly aware of what other people are thinking on a regular basis when he takes his status and his reputation very, very seriously. All about his morals and his principles, how he feels, making decisions based on his mood and what he specifically values. And ultimately does this in such a way so that he can guide other people's thoughts to a better moral character position. Always working hard to be as desirable as possible, sometimes working extra harder and trying to endure more because from his perspective it's hey, if I'm the strongest guy in the room, that makes me the most desirable person in the room, right? Well, the thing is though, is that fear gets in there and then sometimes you get in the grip of fear of not being wanted, fear of not being chosen. That's why you always want to be the chosen man for the job at all given times. That way you can prove to yourself that you are the most desirable person in the room, be the man for the job at any particular job at any given time. However, he is worried about his personal performance as well as the performance of other people, also worried about making other people uncomfortable. So you go out of your way to perform better and you understand what makes you comfortable, and sometimes you like to bring what makes you comfortable to other people as a result of that, which is great. There's a lot of people out there who can't get comfortable unless you're comfortable first, and then they absorb that off of you, and then they're comfortable because they know that they've either helped you get comfortable or you've basically been able to get comfortable. But you're one of those guys, one of the very few guys that can get comfortable in any situation, which is awesome. It's actually one of your biggest strengths. It's one of your biggest value adds to life as we know it, which is pretty awesome. Very critical towards your own thinking, though. Oftentimes, potentially even when you were younger, you were wow, I'm kind of stupid right now. And it's well, hold on. You're just trying to make sure that your beliefs actually match the truth. That's really what it comes down to. You want to make sure that the facts are always matching your beliefs, because sometimes you realize, what you believe may not actually match to the facts whatsoever. So then beyond that, what do you want to wear? You're unaware of social norms. You're aware of the rules. You're aware of the structure. You're aware of the regulations, but you might not be aware of the social norms, because social norms is you're not able to follow a system or procedure for social etiquette. Always social situations kind of get around and out of hand, and it's just oh gosh, what the hell are we actually going to be doing here? And sometimes that can be really confusing to you. So it's nice when you're around social people, because they can help guide you through those social situations because of that lack of awareness. Now, the worst part about you though, is that you've tendency had the tendency to play things safe, play it safe a little too much, which is okay because you're a source of safety that people can rely on, because you're that guy that can just get right in there, save the life, provide safety for other human beings. But however, the byproduct of that is that can make you actually really risk averse. Because while it's really easy for you to think like, hey, if I'm the strongest guy in the room, I'm most desirable, right? But that's actually not the source that makes you desirable. What it actually is being willing to take risks on your own. Oftentimes when you take risks, you like to take those risks with other people so you're more comfortable. So then there's like shared risk in that situation, and then you're able to get through those risks in those particular situations. However, the number one source of desirability in your life is to get to the point where you are taking risks on your own. Why? Because you remember everything that you've been through, and you've gotten through it every single time. You just remember that you have that personal strength, you have that high amount of endurance, you're always the last man standing, you're always Mr. Reliable, the person that anyone else can rely on, but you finally accept that you can rely on you. And because you yourself can rely on you, because you have this life experience stored up, you can take risks on your own. You really can. Even if you've never done it before, even if you're unfamiliar with it, right? Because familiarity is very important. You want to get familiar with things first so that you're more comfortable taking those risks. But sometimes you are strong enough to be able to handle those consequences. Therefore, you don't have to be afraid of consequences anymore because you have that inner strength, which allows you to take more risks, which actually makes you more desirable. Thing you want out of life? Justification. You see life in terms of who's able to get away with what in particular situations. Who's allowed to do what when, right? That's really important, really big deal. The thing is, though, is that sometimes you get pretty angry, though, deadly sin of wrath to be your deadly sin, basically. Anger can come out. However, you have the living virtue of absolution, where you're able to absolve other people, give them forgiveness. You're an extremely forgiving person, right? And that's one of the best things that you provide humanity and provide people to your team and people that you know, because you're very forgiving. Oftentimes you can produce a lot of excuses for yourself or others, but you're excusing them. It's like, oh, you're just having a bad day. Some people really live and die by that, and that's what you bring to the table. Not very many people can actually do that. Also, you have a tendency maybe to show favoritism to others, especially those closest to you, or you like it when people show favoritism to you, fair enough. Or sometimes you're actually very impartial and very objective, which is important because when you're out there in the field, for example, being super objective, you're not playing God and choosing who lives or dies. It's like it's all the same, just get them out. You see what I'm saying? And that's also important. That then you can have your principles behind that perspective as a result, as a principled person. See what I'm saying? Yeah. The other thing you want out of life is connection, intimacy, bonds, not attachment. Attachment is one-way street relationships where you're actually being drained. Oftentimes you end up being obligated by the wrong people, and then you have a tendency that those closest to you, as you're following those obligations, you may actually be a bad obligation. You could bring those other people down in your life, and they'll criticize you for it. They'll hold you accountable for that, right? And it's like, oh, yeah, my bad. I shouldn't be obligated to those people. So you got to make sure that your obligations, who you are loyal to, is loyal to the correct people as a result. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So from that point of view, you got to be careful. You want to make sure that you have those connection, that intimacy, those bonds, basically. Bonds are everything, which is a two-way street, where you're receiving what you're giving. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people who should be closest to you as a result, right?
What are you learning out here?
He's doing like a...
mind reading.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mind reading.
It's working.
Yeah. Should you want to be on the
really
show?
Good. It's really good.
On the show?
You should do it.
Good. Thank you, though.
All right.
Oh, he's trying to read my mind right now. Did he read yours?
It was, it's hard to explain. It was actually really insightful.
Awesome.
And very accurate.
Okay, so I was sent
Very
out
accurate.
to like rescue
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Yeah.
really good.
That's great. Would you like a card? You can see the show later.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Don't show her the card in case she changes her mind.
That was cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah. Yeah. ISTJ, folks. ISTJ.